Good morning, students. Assalamu alaikum. Hope so all of you are fine and doing well. As you know that last time we have started the topic of cell specialization. So I have told you about this basic concept. Each and every cell is specialized for its function. And we are very familiar with the term. There is a division of labor inside the cell. Each and every cell having a specific organelle to perform its specific task, right? So, there are so many different types of cells in our body which are specialized for their specific functions. We have discussed the mesophyll cells, which produce the photosynthetic activity, which carry out the photosynthetic activity in plants. Epidermal cells, which are present in the skin, are the outer layer of the plants, and muscle cells, which are present in our heart, internal lining of the different organs, and in our skeleton. Today, we will start our topic from nerve cell. This is also the same point of the same topic, cell specialization. Nerve cell, the name indicate nerve. Nerve is related to the brain. Okay. So nerve cell, the special type of the cells which are specialized for only to carry out the messages from brain to body parts and from body parts to brain. We are very familiar with the term neurons. When these nerves join together, they will make neurons. Nerve and neuron, both are same. And our brain is the, you can say, ganglia. In other words, we can say ganglia. Ganglia is basically the aggregation of different neurons. So, first of all, see this picture. This is the extension of this cell, you can see. And nerve cell is basically specialized for carry out messages from brain to spinal cord and from spinal cord to brain and other body parts. So the shape is also for only this purpose. Shape, you can judge the functioning of this cell according to its shape. कि इसकी shape पे आप देख सकते हैं. There is a proper cell body which is greenish in color, and there are two types of extensions from this cell body. Mini extensions are known as dendrites, and major extension which extend at the back of the cell body, that is called axon, right? This portion is known as axon, this portion is known as cell body, and these are dendrites. So keep it in your mind, there are two types of extensions. Mini extensions are known as dendrites and major extensions are known as axon. So there is a nucleus in the center of the cell body, and cytoplasm is merged in all these extensions. Float, you can say easily, float from these extensions. Okay, so basic purpose of this nerve cell is to generate nerve impulses. Nerve impulses mean messages. Special type of the, you can say, special term which is used to represent the message from brain to body parts and from body parts to brain is impulse. We call it impulses. So the structure indicate that it just carry out the message from node to node, axon to axon, and this message is delivered from body parts to brain and brain to body parts, right? Mhm. So each and every cell in our body is specialized for its function. Let's suppose in our last topic, in the previous lecture, we have discussed the structure of heart cells, which were specialized to only um, pumping the blood from blood vessels and different cardiac muscles, which were there were so many striations. बहुत सारी इसके अंदर striations थी. ठीक है, we have discussed these topics in detail, right? Now we will discuss the second point of this topic, red blood cells. Another name of the red blood cell is erythrocytes. Scientific name of red blood cells are known as erythrocytes. You can see in this picture These are red blood cells. You can see the shape. It's just like a plate-like structure, and they're anucleated. There is no nucleus in these cells, right? And what will be the location of these red blood cells? These red blood cells are present in our blood, okay? And this blood contains not only red blood cells, there were red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Three types of blood cells are present in our blood: red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Now we will discuss the adaptation. Adaptation for this structure, you can say, you can easily understand the structure that is biconcave. Biconcave. It's a disc-shaped structure. And the structure is open. In this portion, in this position, special type of protein which is known as hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the blood protein. Hemoglobin is the blood protein which you can say binds the oxygen with blood. And basic purpose of these red blood cells is to bind the oxygen and to transport this oxygen into each and every part of our body. So when we will when we are taking food or absorb the oxygen, ultimately each and everything in our body absorbs in the blood and then transport into each and every part of our body cells, right? So hemoglobin is the blood protein which is present in the center of these red blood cells, right? Okay, now we will discuss the next point. Now we will discuss the function of the red blood cells. The basic function of the red blood cell is to carry out the oxygen, to transport the oxygen from lungs to body parts and from body parts to the lungs. And the most important protein is hemoglobin. Heme in blood, globin means special globular structure of the protein. Hemoglobin is a blood protein. White blood cells are also present in the blood. Okay, so the basic purpose of these white blood cells is to save our life. Basically, they act as the macrophages, they act as the safeguards in our body, which protects our body from foreign invaders or from foreign bacteria or viruses, which comes from our food or you can say through bruises and cuts. Okay, now we will discuss the next slide. Where these white blood cells are found, these are also found in the blood. And what is the adaptation? This is not included in your syllabus in detail, but we will discuss it just like that. These white blood cells can just mean kha jana, engulf the bacteria or viruses, and they can make the antibodies. Antibodies safeguards against the foreign invaders or foreign bacteria or viruses. Basic function of our of the white blood cells to protect the bacteria, to protect our lives from bacteria, to kill the bacteria in our body. I have told you about the structure of neuron or nerve cell. Here is another representation of the nerve cells. These are just like this structure. They are interconnected with each other. These nerves are interconnected with each other and to carry the message from body parts to brain and from brain to body parts. As you know that brain is the center of our body, control center of our body. Basically, it will make the nervous system of our body. Neurons make the nervous system of our body. And these are highly coordinated in action. They coordinate with our body parts, they coordinate the body parts to the brain and produce impulses. Impulses means the messages which comes from body parts to brain and from brain to body parts. It's another structure of this nerve cell. The structure is same as I have told you about this. This portion is known as cell body and this portion is known as axon. There are two types of extensions. The first extension which comes out from the cell body is known as dendrites and the second one is axon. Now we will discuss the hepatocytes. Hepatocytes are the liver cells. Follow your book page number 56. They are specialized cells which are known as liver cells. The cells which are associated with our liver are known as hepatocytes. Okay, hepatocytes. There's so many different functions of these hepatocytes. Liver perform excellent role in different purposes. The main role is detoxification of harmful substances into less harmful substances. So the first function which we will discuss is metabolism. Metabolism means energy building process and energy breakdown process. So liver cells play important role to break the energy from lipids, proteins, and glucose. And they can also store the energy in the form of glycogen. When we are in fasting, the glycogen convert back into glucose and we can easily fulfill our energy requirements, right? Now we will discuss the second function, which is detoxification. Detoxification, the name indicates detoxify, uh, convert the harmful substance into less harmful substance. The third function is protein synthesis. Uh, Hepatocytes, which are liver cells, can produce a protein, special type of protein that is known as fibrinogen, which is present in our blood, albumin, and coagulation protein, coagulation factors which play important role in coagulation. ब्लड को जमाने में हेल्प करते हैं. जब हमें कट लगता है तो ब्लड जमना शुरू हो जाता है. That is just because of fibrinogen and coagulation factors. The next function is bile production. Bile production, bile is the secretion which is produced by the liver cells, and these secretions, biles, released in our digestive tract, and you can say, help out the digestion process. The next one is storage. If we will take the extra food on daily basis, it will stored in the form of glycogen in our body. When we intake food, it break down in the form of glucose. But if the glucose will become in excess in concentration, it will store back in the form of glycogen in our specialized cells, hepatocytes. Okay, and when the body required this stored form of glucose, it will again convert back from glycogen to glucose. The next function is immune responses. It can also increase hepatocytes, also contribute to increase the immunity of the body, to provide the, you can say, immunity to the body means to improve the immune system, to protect the body from foreign invaders, to detoxify the blood molecules, or to detoxify the harmful substances. Follow your book page number 56. There is a topic of division of labor within the cell and across the cell. Within the cell, I have told you many times, there is a division of labor within the cell. As you know that we have discussed the whole chapter and we have discussed the details of these organelles which are present in the cell. These are nucleus, mitochondria, ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, and Golgi apparatus. Each and every organelle perform its specific task. That is called division of labor within the cell. Let's suppose nucleus hold the genetic material, mitochondria produce the ATP, energy currency to the cell, ribosomes produce the protein, endoplasmic reticulum transport the material or protein from one part to another part and also produce lipids. Golgi apparatus can easily pack up the extra protein, extra lipids. The second point of this topic is division of labor across the cells. Uh, Across the cells mean uh, in between the cells. So, as you know that when similar cells join together, they will form a tissue. And similar tissues join together to perform the organ. And different organs work out with each other, provide the organ system. So, each and every organ system perform a specific task. Let's suppose the heart. The basic purpose of our heart is to pump the blood. And this heart is further attached with the blood vessels and blood. So it will produce as a blood circulatory system. So the cells are totally changed in shape, structure, and function. The cells of each and every organ and tissues are totally changed with each other according to their function. So that is called division of labor across the cells. So when these cells join together to perform the specific task, that is called, you can say, the division of labor within between the cells. So let's suppose we have discussed in detail nerve cells. All the nerve cells join together to perform the specific task to carry out the signal, to carry out the messages from brain to body parts and from body parts to brain. We have discussed the red blood cells. All the red blood cells of our body carry out the same task, which is to carry the oxygen from body parts to, sorry, from lungs to the body parts, from heart to the body parts through lungs, and provide the energy and oxygen to all body parts, and to collect the carbon dioxide and extra waste material from different body parts. Muscle cells, as you know very well, there are three types of muscle cells: smooth muscle cells, endoplasmic muscles, smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, and skeletal muscles. So the basic purpose of these muscles to contract and relax, right? So all these cells are in coordinated in action and provide the same, you can say, join with each other and provide the specific function. Pancreatic cells are associated with pancreas and will produce an enzyme, specific enzyme or protein that is called insulin, which is blood sugar protein, you can say, to balance the blood sugar. Class 9, now open your book, page number 55. Today we have discussed these topics, neurons. All details are very important. You have to learn all these details and you have to draw this diagram on your neat notebook. Red blood cells, another name of the red blood cells are erythrocytes, and you have to learn each and everything. All these points are very important. From book page number 56, you have to draw these diagrams on your neat notebook. Liver cells, another name of the liver cell is hepatocytes, and the details are very important. You have to learn all these points and draw this diagram on your neat notebook. The next topic is division of labor within and across the cell. You can read out this paragraph. You have to read out this paragraph only. Next, page number 57. Within the cells and across the cell. Both paragraphs are very important. In the first paragraph, there's a quick review of the whole chapter because we have discussed the details of all these organelles, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, Golgi apparatus in detail. So all these organelles are shortly discussed in this topic. And next one is across the cells. In across the cells, the topic which we have discussed in previous page, like cell specialization. This topic is related to the cell specialization, and here's a quick review of the whole topic, cell specialization. How all these cells are specialized with each other and how they perform the specific task. Now, class, it's your duty to learn all these topics, and you have to draw all these diagrams on your neat notebook and follow the new timetable and bring your books and notebooks accordingly and complete your written work, which I have shared in previous classes. I will check your notebooks tomorrow. Bring your notebooks tomorrow, and Allah Hafiz. If you have any question, any confusion, ask freely on my personal number. Allah Hafiz.